What up, beautiful people? It's that man with the y'all already know with the dreads again. So I'm gonna jump right into it like always, like always. So what I want to cover today, or what I want to talk about today, is there is a difference between salvation and there's also a difference between deliverance. Now the two go hand in hand. The two go hand in hand. Salvation and deliverance, believe it or not, actually goes hand in hand. A lot of times the church separates them, but they really go hand in hand. It's irresponsible for you to go into salvation without going into deliverance. If you go into salvation without going into deliverance, you'll be a bound Christian, and you won't walk in the fullness of what you have. You'll be saved, you can be filled with the Holy Ghost, but you can be bound at the same time. And if you experience deliverance without experiencing salvation, then we run the risk of leaving you worse off than you was before. Because according to the scriptures, those spirits that are cast out, let me be more specific, those demons that are cast out, they return back to you looking for its home. And it comes back with 7 more spirits, even more wicked, more strong, powerful, crazy, deranged than he is. So they go back into that person and they leave them worse off. So it's irresponsible to not let the two work hand in hand together. One of the issues we come across in America, in this nation, is we still trying to convince y'all that demons actually exist. That's the first issue. We're still trying to convince y'all that demons are real, that they exist, and that even though you are saved, you can still be bound. And that demons can actually live on the inside of you, and they can actually influence your thoughts, your desires, your patterns. We still trying to convince y'all of that. So that's the first issue that we got to move past, is that demons are real, and they operate the way predators operate. They hunt, they look for you, they have a desire. So you thought that only God had a purpose and a plan for your life. And the truth is, the devil also has a plan and a purpose for your life. So the first thing is, when it comes to salvation, salvation more so deals with the future you. Salvation is the renewal of your mind. Salvation changes or reroutes the GPS for your life. The GPS for your life was originally sending you to hell. Now that you've been saved, you've been set free, you're set free from hell. Hell is no longer your destination. You've been given a renewed mind. Not only a renewed mind, but now you're a new creature. Old things have passed away. You can shout right there. And God makes all things new. So the GPS for your life is rerouted, and the destination is now heaven. Now, deliverance. What is deliverance ministry? Deliverance is the snatching you out, or the snatching away of the things that have held you, the things that have kept you bound. Now, it's possible for you to be saved, to be sanctified, and be filled with the Holy Ghost and still be bound because you never went through deliverance. Now, deliverance, those spirits that attach themselves to you, deliverance removes those spirits. Have you ever wondered why there are certain Christians who struggle with certain things? It's like sometimes you can tell they're saved. Sometimes you can just like, I don't really know if they blood washed. I don't really know if they saved. Have you ever wondered why, even in your life, how you can be saved, filled with the Holy Ghost, love God with all of your heart, but you just can't stop sleeping around? You want to. You cry yourself to sleep after you do it, but you just can't stop doing it. There's a force that pushes that sin. There's a force that drives you to that sin. Have you ever wondered why you just can't stop smoking? You've been trying to kick that habit for years. That's another sign that you need deliverance. When you intentionally want to give up a thing, but no matter what you do, you can't let it go. It's like that thing have a grip on you. That thing is holding you bound. Deliverance removes the thing that pushes that. It removes the thing that pushes you to do what you don't want to do. And you're not the only one. Paul said, oftentimes I find myself doing what I don't want to do. So have you ever wondered, or have you ever found yourself like, why can't I stop watching porn? Why can't I stop touching myself? The question is, what is the invisible force that pushes you to do that even when you don't want to do it? Because if there was no invisible force, if there was no spiritual being behind that, then your will would simply be enough to make you stop. You will be able to make up your mind right now that I'm no longer going to do this. I'm done with it. I'm finished with it. The fact that you can't do that, the fact that you've tried that multiple times and it doesn't work, it means that there's something that has a greater influence on you than your own will has over you. That's heavy by itself. The fact that something has a greater influence over you than your own will. So what deliverance does is it removes that invisible force, which we like to call demons or devils or spirits or principalities. You do understand that you wrestle not with flesh and blood, but spirits and principalities. It's a real thing, y'all. I get a lot of stories from people who don't understand spiritual things. And something they tell me is oftentimes when they sleep, they feel something choking them. They feel something weighing them down. And I ask them, what do you think it is? I'm just curious. And something they tell me is the doctor says insomnia. And I ask him, did he say insomnia had hands? Hands to choke you? Hands to press you down? That it can intellectually cover your eyes so you can't see it? That it can intellectually cover your mouth so you can't scream out for help? It's a spirit, y'all. And there's certain things that we experience and certain things that we go through not knowing because of our ignorance, not knowing that we're dealing with spiritual forces and spiritual entities. Here's the good news. The good news is we have authority over them. Yep, you can clap right there. We have authority over them. There is no spirit that we don't have authority over. Even a babe in Christ, if you know who you are, a babe in Christ outranks the greatest or the highest ranked demon because of who you belong to. So there is a such thing as deliverance, where you can go to someone, you can get prayer, and they can reach in the realm of the spirit, and they can snatch out that thing that holds you bound, that thing that chokes you at night, that thing that causes you to have sexual dreams. They can snatch out that thing that molests you while you sleep. That's a real thing as well. So if you're dealing with any of this stuff, or you feel like you have received salvation but you've never received deliverance, I want you to message me. You can inbox me. It's something that we do every day throughout the week at my church. We do deliverance sessions to where we cast out demons, we cast out devils. But not only that, if you need to kick a habit that you just can't get rid of by yourself, whether it's drugs, sex, porn, you have a spirit of fear on you, you feel like you've been molested, you deal with unforgiveness. You see, when demons come in, they don't come in by themselves. They come in as teams. So you got unforgiveness that come in, you got hate that come in, you got fear that come. There's multiple things that come in at once. So I want y'all to hit me up if you deal with any of this stuff.